Accidental Nic OD. Yo, what's up? It's someone that's someone, and welcome back to today's report. Today's report was sent in by BeanZucked, when this happened, 2020, the drug used, nicotine, at a dose of 2 rips, the route administration, vaporized through a mod, age 16. Further prior experience, they note, I'm an avid weed smoker and have been addicted to nicotine for a while. I try most traditional psychs and have had good and bad trips, and I've dabbled in other drugs also. In this setting, in front of his friend's apartment. Okay, so welcome to a nicotine report, technically the first one with it alone. And you may be questioning that right now, as we have covered tobacco before. There's even a report talking about Swedish snus. But I had to bring a report like this up because we haven't had a report with nicotine without tobacco. Tobacco blends contain far more than just nicotine, many addictive chemicals and whatnot that we aren't aware of that'll vary from blend to blend. And I think the most common route for people today is hitting e-liquid. And you'll see here with this experience, nicotine consumed through this route can be just as strong, if not stronger, than some tobacco products, especially considering how BeanZucked's friend was taking his. The addictiveness and health impact may be different, but the power of the experience is easily still there. This is a short report, but an insightful one nonetheless that details the potential risk of taking in too much nicotine. And this is a scarier one. Not just your simple nausea and feeling like you're going to pass out. You'll just see. But I'm sure you'll enjoy this, so without further ado, let's dive right into this. Hope you enjoy. Preface. This is more of a short story to show that even mild drugs can deliver very adverse effects, and all substances should be respected. This is my first report, so excuse it for probably being a little shitty and short. What happened? I was with a few friends, and we were heading over to my friend's apartment to buy some pills. At the time, I didn't have my standard nicotine device. I almost solely use e-nic instead of cigarettes unless I don't have another option or I'm tripping. But we drove over to my buddy's apartment and parked, and walked over to my friend who was chilling outside ripping his new mod that he had gotten. I gave him the money, and he gave me the pills I purchased. As we were leaving back to the car, I asked to hit his nicotine, since I hadn't had it in a while, and love a buzz anytime I can get one. My friend hands me his device and said, "Be careful, it has 50 Nic e-liquid, meaning it's pretty strong." Now, this is usually what I use, but in a device that doesn't have nearly as many watts. The problem was, 50 Nic isn't supposed to go into a mod that has so many watts because it can be bad. And although I never thought much of it, I realized why you aren't supposed to now. Well, I took 2 big rips off this, and I immediately felt a very extreme buzz. Feeling satisfied, I started to walk away. As I did, I started to have tunnel vision, and I felt very weird, but I thought it was just the intense buzz. I took a few more steps and started to feel like I was going to pass out, and like I couldn't hold myself up. I ended up starting to fall over on a car, and after that, I went unconscious. The next thing I remember is looking up at my friend who was standing over me, screaming my name, and me having my arms above my head, shaking uncontrollably. As I started to come to more, I remember saying, I'm good, and was able to regain control of my arms. Although it felt difficult, I forced my arms to stop. The friend who was standing over me held me up, and although I was very weak, I was able to stand as she told me what just happened. I had experienced a seizure that had me on the ground convulsing and fully unconscious. Luckily it stopped as soon as it started, and I was able to make a recovery, although I never sought treatment since, and now I worry that I may have damaged myself in a permanent way. I still use nicotine, which means I probably didn't learn my lesson, but nonetheless, it was a terrifying experience that also hurt the mental image of myself and my mental health. Anyways, thank you all for listening.